Good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. Welcome this morning, joining us on our webinar in partnership with NetAlly. For those you haven't met, I'm Craig Charles. I'm Sales Director at Open Reality. I'm just going to do a quick couple of minutes to sort of position it from our side, and then Dan's going to sort of jump in with some overview on what's kind of new and exciting in the NetAlly world. So I've had a look at the delegate list, and I think the vast majority of people kind of are known to us and know Open Reality. So I'm not really going to focus too much on, um, who we are, and really want to kind of talk about why have we started to work with NetAlly and what kind of value we can bring to the partnership. So first and foremost, we've probably had we've been big fans of the NetAlly test tools products for some time actually, and again, everyone probably knows a lot for our partnership with Ekahau over the years, and but so much of our channel that are using Ekahau on the wireless side are also using products like the AirCheck as a kind of complementary tool within their kind of wireless tool set to help with Wi-Fi deployments, Wi-Fi troubleshooting. So for us, it's always been very, very complementary. Obviously, the elephant in the room historically has been, it depends how far you guys go back with, obviously Air Magnet being a very prevalent competitor to Echo in the past. So that's always been the thing that sort of prevented us from developing a formal partnership with NetAlly. But obviously, and Dan may cover today, really their focus as an organisation is test tools products, and I think the Air Magnet portfolio is sort of very much a sort of side piece at the moment. So for us, it opened up the opportunity to kind of partner in, and like I said, because even on the wireless side, it's always been a great fit alongside our Ekahau use case as well. Again, kind of leading into the wired side, a lot of our partners come from structured cabling, and they've moved into Wi-Fi out of being in cabling. So having tools that could also do copper and Ethernet and kind of fiber testing as well, and analysis has always been key. So for us, that's always been quite complementary, and even as a business, as well as being well known for wireless, a lot of our Wi-Fi vendors have wired networking products, both at the kind of edge, the core, and the data center. So for us, having a kind of wired portfolio has also been quite important. And then also just, I kind of mentioned a minute ago about their, vision about where they're heading. They're growing quite fast. There's a lot of innovative stuff around the roadmap, again, on the test tools market, and Dan will cover a little bit of that in certainly in terms of the opportunity to go a bit more into the data center. So yeah, we're really excited to be part of the journey, and just being able to provide a complementary set of products to go alongside our Ekahau base and beyond, really. Kind of final slide for me before I sort of pass on to Dan was really to kind of talk about where we come into the market and what we can do to help, really. I mean, obviously it's a mature market. A lot of our partners have NetAlly investments of different shapes and sizes. So a couple of things that we'll bring to the table. Obviously, as a distributor, we'll carry stock inventory. We've got about a six-figure stock investment on the shelf today that's ready and available. Anything sort of larger, we can do back-to-back orders from Europe pretty quick, in about a week. And as the market grows, we'll probably grow that stock holding. Because we do know, again, a bit like Wi-Fi, sometimes there's a requirement that comes about and you need to do something quite quickly, and you do need products within the space of a few days. So hopefully we should have more than enough stock on the shelf to help with next day requirements, as well as anything that's sort of larger that will take a little bit longer. Again, people that kind of Open Reality, hopefully you agree, we do have quite experienced account managers that are quite knowledgeable about the products. Although we're distribution, we're not really necessarily give me a SKU or a part code. We do want the guys to be quite knowledgeable around the product. So if you've got questions, that we should still be able to answer them and provide advice on suitable products. That said, some requirements go a little bit more complex. So we've got an engineering team that are there to help with pre-sales. So they're the ones that using these products day in, day out. So if you really want to go into a slightly deeper discussion technically, we've got a team of experienced SDs that can really support that. On the same token, those SEs, we have got demo equipment, so those guys can help perform online demos. We can do on-site demos. and we've actually got loan equipment. So if you reach out, we can discuss to you about if you want to do a trial or something like that, we can either do that through a loan of a product, or SE can probably come down to site and help you with a live demo. We are going to be looking to replicate some of what we've done in the ECHO world, which is obviously we do a lot around training. So we're currently drawing up an agenda for an instructor-led training course. A lot of the sort of NetAlly videos, training content is very video-based at the moment, which is great, and that serves a purpose. But we do know from speaking to the channel, they do like instructor-led training. So we've got some of that coming very, very soon, which we hope to share with you. And the final point was, obviously with regards to the channel, there's going to be, kind of similar to the ECHO world, there's services partners that are only delivering professional services with these tools, but there is obviously a strong resale market as well with end users looking to purchase. So, and we've got some partners that do both. So we've got partners that are seeing an opportunity to resell product. We can take you through the channel programs, help you with the onboarding, getting you up to certain statuses so you can get the top tier of discounts, have access to things like deal registration, and really, hopefully add a revenue stream into your business. And I would say if you are a services partner, I would definitely be open to resale markets as well, and vice versa. We are seeing more and more sort of what we call hybrid partners that are really leading with a kind of dual pitch of we can deliver professional services for you, but also there's value in you having the tools as well and having that kind of collaboration. So that's all stuff that we could do. So yeah, hopefully it's a good intro as to why we're working with NetAlly and how it kind of fits and complements our current portfolio, and really where we're going to be looking to add a bit of value if you're currently in the market or looking to expand in the market. So I will stop waffling now and pass on to Dan. I'll come in. Final question I was going to say, sorry, was if you've got Q&A, if you put that through the chat, we'll answer the Q&A as we go through the session. Hopefully we booked in an hour, but I think probably depending on how many questions we get, I think we probably should finish up a little bit early so we'll be able to give you a little bit of time back. So yeah, without further ado, I'll pass on to Dan. Sam, if you want to make him the presenter.
Thank you, Craig. Appreciate it. And let me share my screen as well. But yeah, no, thank you, Craig. Great intro. Dan from NetAlly here, channel account manager. Been at NetAlly for around 4 years now. But yeah, very, very excited to be partnered with Open Reality. Market leaders in distribution in the wireless and the networking space. Lots of experience, lots of knowledge. So yeah, can't wait to move forward with them and get into it really. So I'll share my screen. Hopefully you can all see that, and I'll go in here and I will change it. So that should be looking good.
Yeah, we can see that, Dan.
How'd all of that? Fantastic. So yeah, this is a nude slide deck actually. So this is the first time this is being broadcast. So yeah, bear with me, some new slides for me, but it's really exciting because there is some new information in here, some new products, some new features. So yeah, everybody on this webinar, this is the first. So thanks for joining, and stay with us. So hopefully you have heard of NetAlly before. But if you haven't, again, thanks for being here. And who are we? What do we do? And Craig has alluded and touched on it. We are complementary. We are troubleshooting, validation, handheld tools. And we want to make it for you and your partners faster to fix. We want to proactively troubleshoot and validate wired and wireless networks. And we do that by being a handheld tool. And we do that by being in the engineer's hand, on site, live, getting those real on the ground test results, information. So we're a data collection tool, we're a visibility tool, and we're a tool to make it simple for your customers and yourselves to offer active troubleshooting, validation, and fixes on the network, which is great. And look, as you guys know, what are we actually here to do? Well, yeah, we're here to fix problems, and problems aren't simple, are they? Networks are made up of many, many components. You've got mobile devices, you've got laptops, you've got computers, right? You've got wireless access points, you've got CCTV networks, you've got VoIP infrastructure, and then you've got itty bitty sensors doing heat control. You've got microwaves, you've got smart devices, you've got servers, firewalls, switches, right? So there's a lot to take in. There's a lot of areas in a network that can cause issues. And again, how do you fix those if you don't have a dedicated tool? You have your knowledge, but let's be honest, there's a lots and lots of guesswork. So what we're here to do again, we're here to troubleshoot all the time. You need to be troubleshooting all the time. No one has a perfect network. Nobody really nowadays has just one vendor in there as well. So you're going to have a mix of Ubiquiti, Zyxel, Ruckus, HP, Dell. You may even have stuff on your network that you're not aware of because it was there before you started to work on site. Or took up that network yourself, right? So again, what are we here to do? We want to find those problems quickly. We want to fix those problems quickly, and that always leads to less escalation, less time, or wasting time fixing problems, and again, really saving money, right, for you and your organizations. You don't want to have to send a skilled engineer out on an hourly rate and have high costs. OS systems in a supermarket go down, right? You can't take those bills, you can't process people's shoppings, they leave, they'll go to a competitor. You know, the examples are kind of endless on how it can cost a business money if your system goes down, right? You can't process purchase orders. If you're in manufacturing, your plant goes down, you can't produce the goods. It continues, right? And that goes all the way to universities, to hospitals, and we'll get into that later on as well. But yeah, to keep going over it, having a network that is intermittent, that isn't working at all, it causes frustrations, it causes waste of time, and it costs money as well. So we've had a look at kind of downtime, and it can cost kind of $300,000 every hour that a large enterprise isn't operating fully, right? And I'm sure you guys are aware and have had customers that have had situations like that as well. But yeah, this is really to hit home. You need to be troubleshooting all the time. But if you have multiple tools to do that, you have multiple portals to do that, again, it can get quite confusing. So we want to make it simple again. And we go on to kind of our mantra: find it, fix it, document it. So we want to do all of this in one place. And we want to make it, again, really easy and simple for you and your engineers as well. So kind of firstly, troubleshooting, making it simple. You don't have to have highly skilled engineers to use our tools. My grandma could use our tools. Honestly, they're Android-based, application-based tools. You know, click of a button. So we have auto test on our tools, and I'll show that later on as well. But it really is go into the application, you're connected to the network, you click a button, and then you can see from layer 1 to layer 7 if you're going to have any connectivity issues. So this will do everything from PoE. Are you getting enough power to that part of the network? And as we know in the wireless world, it's not wireless, it is wired as well. So one of the key problems with access points, right, is they're not getting enough power. But it's a simple step that people do not do when they're trying to troubleshoot on a network and on a wireless network. So again, with our tool, it's built in, it's there ready to go. You can look at PoE straight away. You can look at VLAN information, you can look at the cable itself, you can look at the nearest switch and port information if there's any issues there. You're going to be able to look at DHCP and DNS and gateway information. So click of a button, you've got this one viewpoint, this one screen. Very, very easy to follow, very, very easy to identify the issue and prove that it maybe isn't the network itself that's the problem, or you're going to be able to see exactly along those layers where that problem is. And again, it really is a click of a button, which is fantastic. Ally Intelligence. So this is one of the new things that we're putting into our product coming up, I think, from next month. So it will be in the updates to our tools. And yeah, Ally Intelligence AI. Thank you, marketing. But we have now built in a step-by-step guide on the screen. So we don't just find the problem, we will now tell you how to fix the problem as well. And I'll go into some examples later on. But again, a lower skilled engineer that's getting used to the network, getting used to the job, or even a highly skilled engineer, right? It can be many different problems. We will actually give you a step-by-step guide on what to do next, what tests to run, and what does a good network look like. So again, really, really cool. And then document it as well. So we have our Link Live Cloud. So this is a centralized reporting, documentation portal. So every test that you do, every fix that you do will all be saved in a profile that can be shared amongst all of your engineers, or the whole of the networking team, IT team, and can present it to boards as well. So if you are a service provider, you can document what the network looks like, the fixes that you've made, and prove to your customer that the right things have been done as well. And then again, we'll go through Link Live later on too. But really, look, we have been here for 30 years. You may have heard of Fluke Networks. You may have heard of NetScout. We have been a part of those. But really, Fluke is where we started. So the Fluke LinkRunner is one of our tools. We were the original network testing, troubleshooting guys at Fluke, and now we're NetAlly. We have been for kind of 10 years now. So lots of experience, lots of kind of breadth of breed, really. We have just continued to develop and invest, and we aren't just a cable tester anymore. We are a full network tester as well. So that's kind of the transition and what we're aiming to do. So onto what do we do? Where do we kind of sit? So I have mentioned we are a full network testing, troubleshooting, validation company. And again, we split that very clearly into 3 different areas. We're going to do wired. So we have dedicated copper, fiber, up to 100 gig testing. So that is, again, is kind of a new announcement on this webinar. We are going to have a 100 gig tester coming out very shortly. So this is going to go into your enterprise businesses and your entry-level data center testing environments. And yeah, we can do everything from your copper, fiber, up to 100 gig, which is very, very exciting. So we do have a tool for all kind of strenuous networks, all kind of areas of networks as well. And then, yeah, secondly, we split it nicely into wireless. So that is, again, backdated, but goes all the way to Wi-Fi 7 as well, which is fantastic. And then we have our dedicated kind of like flagship tool called the EtherScope, which does everything the wired tool does, everything the wireless tool does, all in one handheld tool as well. So that can be used for your senior engineers, your kind of man that can do everything. And then if you do just have wireless engineers, or you are an Ekahau partner and you are just doing wireless kind of planning and installation, then that is where the AirCheck is going to come in handy. It's going to validate the work that you've done with Ekahau. Brilliant tool, very, very good, kind of top of the market for planning and implementation of wireless networks, as you know. But yeah, we are there to then validate that work afterwards. And yeah, we will work with Ekahau on that, so we can look at that slightly later on as well. But again, really, we're not just a cable tester, we're the whole of the network. So with our tools, you can test everything from the copper fiber tester with a click of a button to giving full visibility into the network as well. So our tools also do a discovery and produce a topology map. So I'll show that later on too, so it becomes clear. But yeah, we want to make it simple. We want to give visibility, and we want to be able to document those results quickly as well. And we do also have cybersecurity in our tools, so we can do network edge vulnerability assessments, but we can discuss that another time. And yeah, look, you'll be happy to see no air magnet on this slide. It's dead. We're not pushing it. We're not competing. We want to be validating and troubleshooting. Exactly. Come on, it's gone. So yeah, we don't have to talk about that anymore. We are in the validation space, testing space. We are not in the Wi-Fi planning space. So yeah, we're just even more complementary now to your Fluke certification, to your Ekahau business. We are complementary, and that's really what we're here to talk about today. We are an add-on. We're not competing, we're not removing. We want to fit into your portfolio. We want to fit into the services that you're already giving. We want to make that easier for you, and we want to be an additional revenue stream for you. So your customers buying thousands of pounds worth of access points, well, how are they going to ensure that continues to run? How are you going to ensure that continues to run? So have an AirCheck, $4,000 list price. Not too much when you think about everything else that they're buying. You can wrap it into your services. You'll get your money back because you're not getting called out to do fixes every week. So yeah, the ROI is brilliant. And yeah, buy NetAlly, add it on to your tenders, to your projects, because we will validate that network that you're selling and you're installing. So yeah, we touched on this Ally Intelligence. So this is an example, no PoE, how to fix it. So you want to run the cable test, you want to look at the shorts and the power, make sure that it's running, and then you can actually go further and confirm that it's actually plugged in. So again, we really dial this back, really make it simple for people. Is it plugged into the right port? Because it can be confusing. I'm sure you guys have been in cupboards in server rooms and there's spaghetti junction everywhere. So again, we want to make it really easy from a click of a button. What am I testing? Where am I testing? Is it connected to the right part of the network? And that is just one of the examples of the Ally intelligence there. And the good news is you can see there Ally Care product support. All of this, including Link Live, is included with our Ally Care, which is the warranty of the product as well. And it's currently, included first year free on the product. So if you buy an AirCheck, you sell a LinkRunner, it will include this. It will include the updates, and then it will include Link Live, and it will include Ally Intelligence when it comes out as well. So it's not an additional subscription cost. It is included in the tool because we want to put the power in the hands of the engineers. The power's in the software as well, and we want to again help people fix problems quickly, and we're doing that all in again one place in one tool with Link Live, and we're now making it easier as well. So again, this was built off our insights from 30 years of network experience. We know what a good network looks like. We know how to get it to run. So now we're putting it into our tools to suggest to customers and yourselves how to do that as well. And again, it really is that simple, click of a button, which is cool. Link Live Cloud, so I've touched on that. So look, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a little bit of a topology map there, and I'll show more detail into this later on as well. But documentation is very important. If you have multiple tools, multiple results, it's just inconsistent. You're not getting the best data to operate and run a network. It's not going to give you the same results. So again, because we can do everything from copper fiber up to 100 gig and wireless Wi-Fi 7 with our tools, if you're doing the test, they're going to be consistent. They're using the same antennas, the same equipment, the same hardware, and the same data. So you're going to have consistent results. You're going to be able to find those problems easier. And again, you can get that data from not being on site. So if you're at home, your engineer's on site, they run the test, it's going to ping directly from the device into Link Live. You can open it up, analyze, validate, and then suggest fixes as well, along with Ally Intelligence. So again, it makes it really, really easy to share results, share the problems, and fix problems, because it's not all just on the tool. It will be in Link Live as well. So this is a cloud service. We do offer this as a private installation as well for MOD, healthcare, government, people that don't want to have a cloud-based solution. But again, it's obviously all secure. It's AWS, so it isn't usually an issue. But if there was one, it's not a problem. You can offer it on private as well. And some other cool things that we can do, you can remote into our tools. So you don't even need an engineer on site in some cases. You can plug these tools in, you can leave them connected to a server, to the switch, and you can periodically set, test every hour and start to build that health line, build that network validity that you need. And you can do that by remoting in from Link Live and running the test remotely. So this is very, very handy for remote locations. So we sell into BP and oil rigs. They have them on their kind of shipping container ships as well. So somebody can get somebody to pick the tool up. They can actually remote in, run the test. And if it was a wireless survey, for example, they just tell somebody to walk the direction that they need to walk, and they will actually run the test remotely and collect that data as well. So some cool, unique user cases that we find from that. But again, it's something that the competition doesn't do, remoting into devices. So again, that 30 years of experience and us pushing our kind of cloud portal, Link Live service, and having that faster to fixed and documenting is really where we're kind of setting ourselves apart as the premium original network testing, troubleshooting, validation devices as well. And we'll look into that in more detail. So real customers, real outcomes. We do have them. Look, we've got NASA. I don't know if we've been to the moon. I don't know if Elon Musk will take us to Mars. But look, serious businesses, large businesses, best of breed businesses are using our tools to validate and test their networks. And again, it is across all verticals, because everybody has critical infrastructure. Everybody has important infrastructure to have running and can't afford to have downtime on site. So some examples are, healthcare. We had a Dutch hospital group using the AirCheck G3 to isolate their roaming problems. And this was important because nurses and doctors were going from one room and having to go then see another patient. So while they're on the move, they're having to upload the results from the previous client that they had just seen. And obviously this information is very important. It's very important if there's an issue with the client. People's lives are on the line, literally, right? And they were having problems uploading this data. So then the next nurse would go visit, they would have no notes, they didn't know what was done. And that's obviously frustrating for the hospital, frustrating for the patient, and dangerous, right? So they used our tools really to validate that, fix out where the AP locations were, how, and why they were having roaming issues. Was it not enough coverage? Was there not enough power? Was there still beams in place, right? Guys know the issues that come up, and they use the AirCheck to fix that, which is brilliant. Events and management, we're using Pylon 1 here. I like to quite use actually FIFA. So FIFA in the World Cup use our tools because, again, huge stadiums, huge fan zones. Fans want to stay connected, share the experience, but then they have food vendors at these stadiums as well. They need their ticketing systems to work to be able to supply food and drink to the fans as well. So it just keeps the whole experience going. But then you've got more critical infrastructure like the live broadcasting infrastructure as well, right? Broadcasting football to millions of people across the world as well. So they need to make sure that network doesn't have any downtime. VAR is connected, right? They're all discussing wrong decisions. We're helping them hopefully get VAR better as well. But look, there's lots of technology at live events that needs to stay connected. So we help there as well. And then education, universities, lots of devices leaving, coming on site. So rogue access point, rogue clients causing issues. Classrooms are not our classic chalkboard or whiteboard anymore, right? They're all smart boards. So again, critical infrastructure needs to stay connected. So people are proactively using our tools to keep their network up and running with no downtime. And if there is an issue, they can fix it themselves. They can fix it very quickly. There's not high cost associated with that call out, with that ticket, with frustrations from the users as well. So that's cool. This is more problems. We all know it. So this is kind of just linking it down to our portfolio a little bit more. So I mentioned we do copper, fiber up to 100 gig. So look, speak to Open Reality or ourselves after the presentation, kind of around what is our portfolio in detail. But as you can see, we have different models at different price points for different areas of fixing. So for example, the LinkRunner 1500, it's a entry level copper tester. It doesn't do the network discovery, but it will do your cable test, it will do your layer test and the auto test. And really it's from, an electrician has just certified and installed a copper network or a fiber network, and they need to make sure that it is actually running live test data. So again, that's where we come in, validation. Fluke can do certification, Expo can do certification, Trend, they do certification. Okay, it's certified. In theory, everything in that network is going to run correctly. But once you actually turn that network on and connect everything to it and have users on it, doesn't matter if it was certified. In reality, there's still going to be issues. And that's where we come in afterwards to do the validation. So again, we're complementary to that process, to that deployment, whether it's wired or wireless. The 1500 will be that next step. It will be that validation for a copper network. And an electrician goes, I've done my job, it's working. And it is actually having sufficient kind of data and power and everything running through the network, and packet analysis is all good, right? And then we have the 10 gig, as the name suggests, 10 gig or 100 gig. It will do 100 gig network. So you get the idea, which is awesome. So to be honest, that was my presentation. Troubleshoot, validate, do it quickly. We're going to replace multiple tools. I kind of mentioned that we want to be consistent. You don't want an engineer up a ladder with a laptop and another tool, balancing act, right? You can have the AirCheck. It's a small portable device in one hand. They can be in server rooms, hot, horrible environments, again, with a small device. They're not guess working. They're not getting frustrated. You're getting to the root of the problem quickly. You don't need, cutters, a laptop. You don't need a cable certifier. You just don't need a whole kit bag anymore. You can have it with NetAlly. Of course, you'll need some other tools. We're not replacing everything, but we minimize the load and the inconsistency across devices. So yeah, that's us
Cool.
on this part. Am I good to do the demo, or do you want to do the last few slides?
What time we got Q&A? What do you want to do? No, yeah, my bit will come at the end, Dan.
Right,
so
let's just show the tool very quickly then, just to let it make a little bit more sense, because slides are slides, aren't they? But this is the auto test very quickly, as you can see.
Can I see a
still
slide
see
deck at the
the
moment, Dan?
PowerPoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we're not out. Okay,
Oh,
1 second.
user error.
Technical difficulty. We even joined 20 minutes early to get this down, didn't we? All right. Line this up properly. Now we're looking good, I think.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, awesome, cool. So yeah, this is an AirCheck. Look, very simple, very easy to look at, application based. As I mentioned, auto test. It really is that simple. This is connected to our network in Colorado Springs, so this is a live network. And at a click of a button that you can see already, the network that we're connected to, the actual access point we're connected to, the BSS ID, the channel, the signal strength as well, the noise, the utilization, SNR, the actual packet and retries as well of the network. So again, click of a button, really good visibility into that network. Really good overview straight away. And then as we mentioned, we've got the different layers as well. So if I wanted to look at that specific access point more and actually start to look at MAC address, IP address information, security information, you can do all of that as well. And this is very high level. There are different menus and you can go deeper and further into these. But I just want to kind of keep this quick and keep this high level as well. But as you can see, you've got the gateway information there as well. And we do also make it even more simple and easy to look at by having it in this easy application too. So again, just saving time where we can, which is fantastic. But then if you did want to look at Wi-Fi, here we go, 2.45, and there will be 6 gigahertz channels as well on the next tab. But you can see very clearly where your channels are, what's on them. And again, you can actually click into those channels, start to analyze those channels in more detail. So this is the discovery piece. What's causing me issues? Where are the issues? So I can see exactly the BSS IDs that are in it. I will be able to actually see the client devices that are connected to that channel as well. So this is great for security, but this is also good for a general idea and an inventory take as well. What's on my network and when? How can I fix the problem? I can find it. So again, very, very easy. And look, as we mentioned, this isn't Ally Intelligence, but we do already suggest the problem. We're looking at Spectrum here. So we're telling you what to do. We recommend using the channel utilization section of the tool and the spectrum analysis of the tool. So our tools are very feature rich. I could talk all day about this stuff, but look, we do have live spectrum analysis in our tool as well. So again, it's that whole wireless network piece. We want to cover everything, give you as much information for you and your engineers as possible to really locate that problem and locate that issue all in one tool. So we can look at the Wi-Fi channels, you can look at the clients, you can look at the spectrum. This is where we validate after Ekahau, Air Mapper, on-site survey, passive and active. So you're going to collect that and generate a heat map. So that's a very quick look at the tool. This is what it spins out to in Link Live for Air Mapper. So this is just the validation, the heat map that you can produce. Look, it's not as beautiful and in depth as Ekahau, of course, but you're getting all of that key information to validate the plan of Ekahau. So you're going to look and see the APs. You're going to be able to again see the channels, the bands, the signal, the noise. You're going to be able to look at all of that all in one place again from doing that active survey on the tool as well. And then you can also filter this down, look at different things if you need to. And then you can also actually look at active. You can again look at the clients themselves as well if you wanted to. And we do Bluetooth as well, which is really, really cool. Just adding again more and more features and areas to look at in a network, because it isn't just wireless and wired problems, there's Bluetooth problems as well. And then this is, yeah, the topology map, very overwhelming. But again, networks are messy. There's lots of areas and lots of problems in networks. So we want to make it easy for you, as easy as possible. So red, there's definitely an issue. Yellow, there may be an issue. And green, you're good to go. But again, you can start to look at where are things on my network, how are they connected on my network, and I can then go find that problem and fix that problem quickly on my network as well. And we do that nice and easy here. Again, as an inventory list. So again, MAC address info, the name of the devices. We'll then actually segment those devices into type as well. The servers, APs, switches, clients. You know, it's kind of endless, the information that we're giving you. But yeah, it gives you all the information that you need to pinpoint and fix an issue effectively and quickly, but then produce reports to your clients as well if you're running services. So again, very high level, very quick overview of the product. We'd love to go into more detail, so we can do that in one-on-one sessions. I'm sure with Open Reality, because as we mentioned, yeah, we're going to do training courses. We're going to get really into it. So very excited. And yeah, I think that is me done now. I'll stop talking. So thank you very much.
Well done, Dan. Thank you for that. For the Q&A now, there's quite a few questions coming in. First one from Joe, can I buy 2,000 EtherScopes? Yes, we'll deduct it from your wages, which means you'll be working for free forever. On to the more serious one. So I think it's been answered, but I'll answer it. I'll raise it again, and I've got a question on this as well, actually.
Cool.
So with the AI tool, would this be available for those who already own the device via firmware or a system update? I think you mentioned this. Yes, if you have AliCare, you'll be able to get access to that.
Correct.
So my question then, probably to extend from this, is if you have a device that hasn't had AliCare for some time, what's the process of getting that back under support so that obviously they could access the AI tools?
No problem at all. So we would ask them to purchase the 3-year subscription of AliCare. We won't backdate that. So the positive is they'll get the update, they'll get all of the new features, and then they will have support for 3 years moving forward as well. But that's typically what we do for like the repair situation as well. So if somebody's device is broken, they need to do technical support, they actually do need a fix, or we need to send them a new unit because of the fault. To cover our costs, we'll ask them to purchase the 3-year subscription, and then we'll do that. So we're not turning people away, and that will be the same for the AliCare situation, the Ally Intelligence situation as well. Don't fully quote me, but that is what I've been told so far.
Okay,
that's what we'll go with.
The 100 gig tester, and I've got a question here that's going to extend from this. We'll also be able to test 25, 40, and 50 gig. So my question, Dan, if you know, is it a single device that's SFP based that allows you to test at lower speeds, so above 10 gig but low 100 gig, or are you planning on different series of appliances that have there's a 40 gig tester, 100 gig tester? Do you know the makeup of that at the moment?
No, great question. Very valid point. So no, it will be 100 gig, and it can do the lower gig rates as well. And yeah, it's SFP based. So our tools have SFP port on the top, and we sell those in kits as well, the appropriate SFP. But you can use other ones as well. But yeah, you're right. So you just connect that, and you'll be able to do the 25, 40. So to answer your question, 100 gig, it will do all of it. One tool.
Okay. Right, yeah. Wonderful. Joe now wants 3,000 CyberScopes as well, so he's really in for it. Of a big I have a question on market. Looking forward to the new AirCheck supporting Wi-Fi 7 and passport testing. I thought it already supported Wi-Fi 7. Have I misunderstood? Is it not quite there yet, or is it just 6E?
So no, so it's 6E, and then it is Wi-Fi 7, so you can already start to read some of the Wi-Fi 7 information. It's more down to, in Europe, the regulations around utilizing the channels and properly and fully unlocking those channels. So yeah, we have the E version in Europe, or EMEA, and that is what we call a partial tri-band. But it's exactly the same product, can do exactly the same things. And then once Wi-Fi 7 is approved, if it ever is, it will unlock to doing it fully. But it does already. I can write something up on that officially to make it make more sense. But yeah, the tool is appropriate for the region that you'll be operating in. Put it that way.
Understood. Yeah. So next question. I didn't buy an EtherScope XG as I thought the wireless feature set was not the same as the G3 Pro, i.e. full Wi-Fi 7 versus Wi-Fi 6 6E. Has the XG EtherScope been updated? So is it feature parity on the wireless side?
is exactly the same. It always has been as well. So the EtherScope does everything that the AirCheck does, but then has all of the wired stuff in there as well. So the EtherScope at the moment is our 10 gig copper fiber tester plus the AirCheck G3 mashed together into one unit. So it's got the same antennas, it's got all the applications, it's got the spec. Yeah, it is like for like.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, will there be any sort of report that can be generated on the test that's performed? Again, I think you've kind of covered that a little bit with Link Live, but
Yep, you can. The reporting is going to get better. You can currently pull reports, so you can pull those graphs that I kind of showed. You can pull that inventory list, and then when you do the tests on the device, you can pull off those screenshots as well. So yeah, you can extract everything from Link Live and produce a report. But again, I will make a note of that and get an official kind of like what the report looks like as well, if that's helpful.
yeah. Does the EtherScope actually load test PoE to verify or just test the PoE signaling?
Will tell you the correct voltage and watts that you're getting through. So yeah, you load it. It'll be a true test.
Does it show up any open ports?
Yeah, so with the CyberScope and the Nmap, you can do the vulnerability assessment and scans, and you can do one to look at the open ports. Yeah, you can obviously, if you've used Nmap before, you can even go further and do it for a specific vendor as well. So yes, you can see open ports. Correct.
Will this be able to show the connected AP if the name is not being broadcast in the beacon? I assume not.
Good question. I don't fully know the answer. There will be something weird and wonderful, I'm sure, that you can do that, because you can discover. So the way that we do discovery is through like all the known IP protocols. So CDP, LDP, SNMP, EDP, the list goes on. So we should find everything on that network. Again, your technical knowledge is better than mine. So I probably haven't answered that very well. But again, I will write that one down. So that was AP. Yeah. If the name's not being broadcast, how do you find it, basically?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can. Yeah, there might be some additional questions I think might need to expand on, so we can reach out past this as well. Kind of maybe more about, again, the roadmap. This one says that it'd be nice if your wireless testers supported more EAP methods in the future.
Okay.
What network data will be uploaded for AI analysis? Where will it be stored? And will customer data be used to train the AI model? Do you offer UK or EU data residency, configurable retention, and an option to dispose cloud processing? So I think you get the gist of that.
Yeah, great wordy question. Thank you very much. Is it safe? So no, we are not using customer data to feed our AI solution. That is all, it's all your private data, right? Is that networks data? So we're not using that. We're not using it to train. Again, I'll get a serious answer for you on that one, just to double check what I'm saying is right. But when we were briefed on it, that is what we were told. We were told it was all above board. But then again, it's an American company, and we're European, and we have different ideas of what safe is, right? But again, good question. We are very much pushing now for EU or UK residency for our data center. So it is AWS, and it is based out of the US currently. But again, we're working on that. But if not, as I mentioned, there is Link Live Private that you can install on your local network, and again, keep it even more self-contained as well. So there's options, but it's all it is all very safe and above board.
Okay. Last couple. When testing fiber, can the EtherScope identify whether a problem is caused by the fiber, the transceiver, the switch port, or the remote side, or does it only report the link status, optical levels, and network performance?
Question. You should be able to mitigate whether it's the fiber in the cable itself, or if it's the port and the different areas of that connection. So again, in those layers, you look at that, and then we have different applications and tests for those different parts as well. So some of the features I didn't mention, you can do end-to-end Lambert testing, for example. So you can see the full input from end to end of that connection and find that fault there. So I hope that answered your question. If not, again, yeah, Craig, please send these to me.
Yeah.
And I'll get my SE to have a quick run over of them as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Final one is the 100 gig tester. When is it available? And is there a model name that's been agreed?
No problem. I'm hoping end of next month. But again, not sure. It's not been officially released to us yet. And I think it will just be the LinkRunner 100 gig. Nothing crazy.
We've gone all out on that one. Yeah, well, obviously we keep up an update. Obviously, when that is released, obviously again we'll be. So that's just going to be the LinkRunner. They're not talking about adding in a EtherScope that goes up to that kind of level. It's going to be LinkRunner initially.
Yeah. Just be LinkRunner initially. The good point is I've heard pricing is very, very favourable. Typically for things like that, you'd be looking at $40,000, $50,000, if not more. And I think we're keeping it quite in line with our current portfolio as well. So it's a great opportunity for kind of future proofing your network testing and troubleshooting portfolio. So
absolutely, again, I think when you then start getting into those realms, you've got like telco service provider vendors, and you're right, they tend to have a big ticket on 40, 100 gig products. So, but yeah, again, what we're starting to see is, you know, particularly above 10 gig is more prevalent in even the mid market these days. So I think certainly being able to go up to 40 gig in the data center opens up opportunities. And again, I think there's probably partners on here that are delivering services that are doing services at the edge and the access network, I suppose. So being able to go deeper into the data center opens up a commercial opportunity with regards to the testing and analysis. So yeah, I think it's a good growth potential within the portfolio. So it's great, wonderful. If you already present, Dan, you just want to look my last slide, and then we can wrap up.
Yeah, no problem.
Here we are.
Get that.
Wonderful.
And it just needs to just change it again, do I?
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No, we're good. Yeah, so just quickly wrap up. So we will come back. Any kind of questions that we think probably need to be answered in a bit more detail, we'll come back to you with. But yeah, if there's any kind of commercial inquiries around pricing or stock, please reach out to us. If you would like to go into anything in a bit more technical detail, we can arrange a one-to-one meeting with one of ours or one of the NetAlly SEs to really go under the hood a little bit. And you know, obviously we're talking about specific product lines, we can do a bit more of an in-depth demo. We could do this at your premises as well if that's more of interest. So again, just kind of reach out to your point of contact and we can arrange that. And then yeah, finally, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in reselling the platform, there are channel programs available which enhances the kind of discounts and accesses partner portal content, deal registration, stuff like that. So yeah, again, just reach out to your relevant Open Reality account manager and we can advise you on all of the above. So yeah, quite like Q&A. So I think we went on a little bit more than I thought would, but not too much. We've managed to get about 10 minutes back for your day. So if there's no further questions, I want to thank you for your time, everyone. Thank you, Dan. And yeah, just wrap up. Like I said, we're really keen to develop the relationship with NetAlly alongside what we do as well. So yeah, looking forward to working with all you guys. And yeah, any questions, reach out. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
So
Speak to you soon.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Bye.